What is going on, guys? 2.0 here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at my progress to getting to 320 light over on my hunter. So I'm currently 319 and you can see there my progress to get to 320. I'm so close. I only need 2 more items to drop at 320, and that is my ghost as well as my cloak or class items. So both of these are stuck at 319. So obviously I'm very fortunate to get 319 drops in both of these areas. However, it is pretty frustrating how they both only need 1 more and I would be the max light level at 320. So I thought I'd make a video and show you guys all the gear that I use on a regular basis, the upgrades I have on it, the stat rolls and the light levels. So starting over with my primary, I have the Raid Scout Rifle. Now this is infused up to 320. You can see it is the normal mode drop. It's not the harrowed, it is just the normal mode drop, and that is because it has the upgrade of full auto where the weapon can be fired in full auto mode. I have yet to get a hard mode drop with this upgrade yet. I've got 2 here on me. One of them is 311 and the other is at 320. This one here has got rangefinder, so aiming the weapon increases its effective range, which I am debating infusing this one up to 320 using this one as well as this, but I'm going to wait. Oryx challenge mode is coming up, so hopefully I might be able to get a full auto 321 to drop from that. But if not, I'm probably going to end up infusing this, as even though I do use this one with full auto, I do tend to burst fire the weapon rather than just holding the trigger down, as I do tend to forget that this scout rifle has got full auto on it. So I'm debating just using the one with rangefinder on that. Other than that, I have also infused my Touch of Malice up to 319. Again, debating using this to infuse it up to 320, but adding that extra 1 attack really doesn't seem too worth it at the moment. I'll probably eventually do it when we get enough 320 items, but as of now, when I haven't got as much as I would like, I am going to keep that at 319, as it really isn't going to make too much of a difference. So then over with my special weapon, I have my 1000 yard stare sniper. This is the one that you can get from the quest. I can't remember which quest it is, but you can just get this one straight out of a quest when you start a character. So this has the upgrades of weapon handles and reloads faster when the wielder is the last living player on their fire team, and then it also has Firefly, where precision kills with the weapon cause the target to explode, as well as the short gaze scope, which is my favourite scope to use on snipers. So I've infused this up to 320. The raid sniper isn't really too brilliant, so I've used a bunch of 320 raid snipers to infuse this one up to 320. Other than that, I've also infused my Burden of Proof, the new Monarchy shotgun, up to 315, as well as my Black Spindle is 319. So same with the Touch of Malice, adding that extra 1 light to bring it up to 320 really isn't going to make too much of a difference. I only ever use the Touch of Malice for Daughters and Oryx, and the Black Spindle for the War Priest and Golgroth. So making both of these up to 320 seems like a bit of a waste at this point, but again, I will eventually do it when I get a bunch more 320 items. Then my heavy weapon, I have the Harrowed Quillum's Thermos machine gun. This has the best upgrade that it can drop with, in my opinion, of the weapon grows more accurate the longer it is fired. So I'm very happy with this. I have also only just yesterday infused my Raise Lighter Solar Exotic Sword up to 320, so I can now use that exotic sword without my light level dropping. But that's the only ones I've infused up to 320. I have got some raid rocket launchers that have dropped at 320, but those are over on my other characters and I don't tend to use those as much as these two. Then we have the ghost. We've already seen this, 319. Like I said, very fortunate to get a ghost to drop at 319, but it is really frustrating how if it had 1 more defense on it, I would only need 1 more item at 320 to be the max light. But this has 31 discipline and 21 strength, chance to find additional worm sport when looting engrams on the dreadnought, as well as generate additional glimmer whilst killing taken. So very useful upgrades there, but again, really frustrating how it dropped at 319 instead of at 320. So then we have my artifact. I have the Fist of 8 Moons. Obviously I had a bunch of 320 artifacts, but I did keep this one as my main, as it does have, in my opinion, the best upgrade that it can have of precision kills against taken enemies have a chance to generate orbs of light. So obviously in the Taken King, taken enemies are everywhere, and so having a chance to generate orbs for your teammates every time you get a kill on a taken enemy with a precision kill is going to be really useful. I think it is the best upgrade to get on your artifact, so look out for that upgrade whenever you get a new artifact. I am currently infusing my parasitic optic up to 320. It's currently at 318. I have a bunch of 320 artifacts on my other two characters, which I could just transfer over to make this one up to 320, but the upgrade on this isn't quite as good. Void precision kills against a minion of darkness have a chance to generate orbs, so like I said, not quite as good as this one, but I do like the uniqueness of this. I never see anyone using this because it can't drop from the raid at 320. You do have to infuse it up, so I'm looking forward to getting this to 320, but again, this one is going to remain my main one for now. Then we have the cloak. Now I really like the look of this cloak. You can actually buy this from the speaker for anyone who's wondering how I got this. It costs 25 motes of light, as well as I think it's 70 or 80 legendary marks, and maybe some glimmer as well. You could get this from day one of Destiny, and it is one of the few class items that has been brought through to be able to be viable in year 2. So I'm really happy they did that. They could have done it with more class items, to be honest, but I'm happy they did it with these, as they do look really nice. So you can go ahead and buy that from the speaker yourself. He doesn't always have it. He does have a rotating inventory, so you're going to have to check a few times potentially before he does have it. But again, 319, so if it dropped with one more defense, or it didn't drop because I bought it at 280 and then infused it up. So if I did get my raid cloak to drop with one more defense, this could then be all the way up to 320. It kind of makes me wish I played the SRL more, because you could get 320 cloaks to drop from that. So I do wish I played that a lot more. I did get to nearly rank 4, so I did play it a hell of a lot, but it just makes me think if I played it a little bit more, all I would need to get is that 320 ghost. But anyway, the leg armors, I have obviously the raid leg armors, 52 intellect and 68 strength. Increase the amount of rocket launcher ammo you can carry. That's really useful for the crucible. Increase agility for 5 seconds after void double kills. This is really useful for me because I'm always using my Night Stalker for my hunter, so having that increased agility for 5 seconds after getting void double kills is going to be really useful. And then increase agility while torn between dimensions. So whenever I run the raid on my hunter, I am the one that does the running at Oryx, so having that increased agility while torn between dimensions really helps out with that. So I'm very happy with these as a drop. Then the chest armors, obviously again at 320, 79 intellect, 49 discipline. They increase the amount of shotgun ammo I can carry, so very useful. Shotguns are in a very good place at the moment. Increase armor while carrying the Kingsfall relic, and then increase armor when using void based subclass. Again, use my Night Stalker all the time on my hunter, so having that increased armor is really beneficial for me. Then the gauntlets, I have 50 intellect and 36 strength on these, and the upgrades of receive bonus melee energy for each enemy standing nearby when you get a kill, faster weapon reload while in the aura, and then increase reload speed of scout rifles. Now scout rifles, I probably use those for PvE probably about 95% of the time. They're by far my favorite weapon type to use for primary, so having that increased reload speed on these gauntlets is really useful for me. Very good roll on those. And then lastly, the helmet, obviously the raid one again, 320, 42 intellect, 59 strength, increased super energy gained from killing minions of the darkness. All pickups create the chance for temporary bonus precision damage to taken enemies, and then bonus grenade energy on all pickup. I have also infused my Knucklehead Radar exotic up to 320, as it is my favorite helmet exotic to use on the hunter. So I did infuse that up to 320 so I can have that without my light level going down. So this is generally the setup that I use the majority of the time for PvE. Obviously having my Touch of Malice and my Black Spindle on sometimes in the raids, but generally this, what you're seeing on screen right now, is the setup that I use the majority of the time when I play PvE. And you can see there, so close to being 320. Again, all I need is that class item and that ghost. So I'll be sure to let you guys know when we get to 320 eventually, but I imagine it's going to take an extremely long amount of time, as you can't get either of these two to drop at 320 from the challenge modes. Obviously the cloak drops from the daughters and then the ghost from the totems, so can't get a guaranteed 320 drop from the challenge modes on either of these. So I'm gonna have to get really lucky to get these to drop at 320, but I'll be sure to let you guys know when it eventually happens. So that is the loot and the progress I have made on my hunter so far. Let me know down below in the comments how far you are and what light level you guys are currently at. But that is going to bring us to the end of the video, guys. So if you did enjoy it, please leave a like, so it really does help me out. Subscribe if you're new around here, as I upload daily Destiny videos. And as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one.